The liberals are dancing in the street. They're happy. They're excited. Why? Because Trump has been given 34 verdicts, and he's been found guilty on all of them, even though it's all one and the same. But from here on out, May 30th. I screwed that up. May 30th will forever be a national holiday for these liberals. They'll forever worship it. Here. We got CNN talking about it.
Count one is guilty. Another felony charge. Guilty. Count 34.
Yeah, 34 guilty. But hey, you think Trump supporters care about that? The answer is no, they don't. Why? Most say Trump verdict would make no difference to their vote. So here we go again. Let's do this. More than 2/3 of voters believe a guilty verdict for former President Trump in his criminal hush money trial would not impact their vote, according to a survey published Thursday. The Mars poll found 67% of respondents say a guilty verdict in the case would not affect their vote, while 17% of people said they would less likely to vote for the former president. About 15% of respondents said they would be more likely to vote for Trump if he is convicted. Trump faces 34 felony counts of falsifying business records in a New York case, which marks the first criminal trial of a sitting or former president. Prosecutors claim Trump illegally covered up hush money payments made to adult film actress Stormy Daniels in the weeks before the 2016 election to buy her silence over an alleged past affair, which he denies. I don't care if he banged a porn star or not, whatever. I mean, let's face it, folks. A lot of these politicians are doing far, far worse, okay? All of this is tame in comparison to what's happening or the actions and activities of our oh-so-fantastic lawmakers. That's including the guys and the gals, because you want to be inclusive. That's right. I want to put that nightmare in your head, just how crazy these politicians are. But see, this whole thing here, this whole verdict is one big distraction. Why? Here, first of all, shout out to Notori Lee, who wrote, "What the actual F? Joe Biden's trash ass gave permission to Ukraine to use U.S. weapons inside Russia." I know. Say it with me, folks. What could possibly go wrong?
Weapons inside Russia. How do you feel about that?
I think that's the right decision.
Hey, old man, boot up, suit up, go to the front line.
Ukraine needs to get whatever help it can get in defending itself. And I think NATO has urged that we allow those strikes. France, Germany, Great Britain, Canada, Finland, most of our allies have urged that. I think it is important for the United States to provide a unified approach that allows the Ukrainians to strike at those targets.
I don't.
Hey, man. What happens if things escalate? Well, I'm old, and the whole world can go F itself.
Know where this Ukraine war goes. You always hear, Secretary, that right now Russia is back having the full advantage here. Happens inside.
I'll pull up this again. I posted this in a previous video. Trump being convicted is the red herring. This is the real story that people should be talking about. We are in the midst of starting World War III, the sequel we've all been waiting for, and yet we are distracted by Trump, who could still run for president. So here we go. I want to pull up this article here from Common Dreams. Biden reportedly gives Ukraine okay to strike Russia with U.S. weapons. Say it with me, folks. Why don't we type it in the comment section below? What could possibly go wrong? What could go wrong? U.S. President Joe Biden has partially lifted his administration's ban on Ukrainian use of U.S.-supplied weapons to strike targets inside Russia, according to Thursday reporting. A policy critics have called a provocative escalation of the 27 months war, citing people familiar with the move. Politico reported that Biden has quietly given Kiev the green light to carry out limited cross-border strikes near Kharkiv as Russian forces menace Ukraine's second largest city. The president recently directed his team to ensure that Ukraine is able to use U.S. weapons for counterfire purposes, so that Ukraine can hit back at Russian forces, hitting them or preparing to hit them. One American official told the outlet. The official said that Biden's prohibition on long-range attacks inside Russia has not changed. They gave a similar statement to The Hill. Oh, well, great. Somebody's going to fire a long-range missile into Russia. Is it really the bridge too far to have diplomatic peace talks now? I mean, is it truly the bridge too far? Russian President Vladimir Putin, who ordered the invasion of his neighbor in February of 2022, warned Tuesday that any attacks by Ukrainian forces on Russia using Western-supplied weapons can lead to serious consequences. God damn it, there's so much I still want to do. There's so much I want to do. I'm pretty sure there's so much all of you want to do as well. But no. We can't have that. Let's have everyone on the edge of their seats while we have World War III. Say it with me. What could possibly go wrong? Biden's reversal came amid divided opinion in his administration over whether to allow Ukraine to use U.S. arms to attack Russia. Secretary of State Antony Blinken favored the more aggressive policy, which is supported by major NATO allies, including Germania, Gaul, and Britannia. Germany, France, and the United Kingdom, and Canada. Just had to throw it out there. Sorry, folks. I'm just trying to have some fun here as the world gets horrifyingly out of control. Anti-war voices sound the alarm over Biden's shift, with Vatican Secretary of State Cardinal Pietro Parolin saying, "I think this possibly should concern everyone who cares about the fate of our world. It could lead to an escalation that no one will be able to control." Defense Priorities, a Washington, D.C.-based foreign policy think tank, said on social media that the number one priority for the U.S.-Ukraine policy should be avoiding escalation to direct U.S. conflict with, again, a nuclear-armed Russia. When the U.S. should be expressing its diplomatic power, it is instead entrenching itself deeper into a war Kiev is unlikely to win. The Koch brothers-funded organization added, "When the Koch brothers are the voices of reason." Good God, hold on. Hold on. When a Koch brother organization is the voice of freaking reason in the room, you know things are bad, okay? And no, listen, this isn't a pass for the Koch brothers. But when they're ones saying, "Hey, look, man, wrap it up. The show's over. The show is over." When they're the voice of reason, what happened? Fermilab, what did you do to the timeline? What did you do, Fermi? What did you eggheads do? Hey, folks, which one has more shocking impact? Let's have democracy in the chat, all right? And this just for you, whatever. I'm pretty sure a lot of you say, "Well, hey, maybe these guys aren't being authentic. Maybe they're just saying words." But which one impacted or shocked you more? When Trump said at that CNN town hall about the war, he says, "I want people to stop dying. I want people to stop dying." Type 1 for that. Type 2, the fact that there's a Koch brother organization saying, "Hey, we should be doing diplomatic peace talks." I really wonder what the divide will be between ones and twos. When did this happen? When the hell did this happen? So here we are. Yes, while everyone's distracted with Trump, oh, he's been found guilty 34 times. Hey guys, Biden just gave a thumbs up and the green light and the A-OK for Ukraine to use U.S. weapons and launch them into Russia. That's not important. We got to stop Trump because we have to stop Trump. Oh, well. It didn't have to be this way. But don't let the Trump trial distract you. And by the way, again, his supporters are going to still turn out to vote for him. But who knows? We may not be voting at all because the whole world might be on fire.